Ever wonder why some communities have higher taxes than others? Or what a mud tax is and how it affects your community? So that's why in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about a mud tax and how it affects you in the home buying process. Hi everyone, I'm Cody. I help home buyers navigate the home buying process with ease. And look, if you're looking at buying in the mud district, this video is going to be for you. Before we get started, please like and subscribe my videos and share with anyone that you know that's purchasing a home, especially out here in hill country. So first things first is, what is a MUD? MUD stands for Municipal Utility District, and what they are, they're a special district that is created to provide utilities like water, sewage, and drainage in areas that are outside the city limits. And look guys, the reason why MUDs exist is because it helps fund these districts' infrastructures for new and growing communities without requiring cities to foot the bill up front. Now, the way these are created is through developers, because they're going to work with local governance authorities to establish these MUD districts and issue bonds to fund the construction for these developments, and then charge the homeowners through property taxes to repay the debt. Now, the difference is like MUDs are going to be for just the homeowners who live in that district, not the entire city or not the entire county district. So they're a tax typically on top of the county taxes and the school taxes that you pay here in the state of Texas. Now, like I was saying, if you buy a home in the MUD, you're going to see a separate MUD tax on your property tax bill coming in from the appraisal district. And look, what that tax does, it helps repays the debt for the build roads, the water line, and other services within that community. Now, in comparison to city taxes, you're not going to be paying city taxes for the infrastructure, but MUD residents must pay their MUD taxes. This is not an option. But there are some good news to this, is because MUD taxes can go away as the community grows and the bonds are repaid. MUD taxes can decrease over time, and eventually they can dissolve if they are annexed by the city as well. Now look, I know no one likes to pay taxes, neither do I, but I mean, that's one of two things that's guaranteed in life, is death and taxes, right? But with that, there are some pros to having a MUD tax in your community. You're typically going to find them in the modern communities, in these more developed areas, to keep up the amenities modern, to provide shopping centers, to provide like playgrounds, your pools. It really helps to fund and develop these. But also, you're going to have either lower city taxes, or you're not going to have any city taxes as well. So that would sometimes can keep your property taxes lower, but that's not necessarily true, which we'll go over that here in a second. But also, one thing I love about MUDs is you're going to have faster development because the infrastructure is typically built quickly versus having to wait on that city funding to get that infrastructure built. Now, it's not all sunshine and great news when it comes to MUDs. There are some big disadvantages, and this is the part you need to pay attention to see if living in a MUD district is going to fit your needs, especially fit your budget. So that's why the first thing that I look at is, typically in MUD districts, you're going to find that you're going to be paying more in property taxes than what your city tax rates are. Out here in hill country, I mean, there is a specific MUD district that it is about nearly double what you would pay in city tax rates. That could put a big constraint, especially if you're trying to get outside the city limits, to save on those taxes. But on top of that, you're looking at long-term cost. It takes decades to pay off these, for these developers to pay off the debts. So you could literally be paying MUD taxes for the duration of your life. But when you combine the taxes plus the HOA, you are going to increase your overall cost to owning that home. So remember, those HOA fees typically pay for maintaining the amenities, as the MUD tax is for the development of all the amenities and the shopping areas that are around. So when you're factoring in your budget, you need, if you find communities that are within MUD districts, you need to make sure you understand what that tax rate is and how much that is going to affect your wallet when it comes to purchasing a home. So when you're looking at MUDs, Texas is very well known for MUDs, and you're going to find them most common around your big cities like Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, and including here in the New Braunfels area where I live. Communities out here in hill country to be aware of that do have MUDs. This is not all of them, but this is a few, like Vera Mende, very popular community here in New Braunfels. Myers Ranch has a mud, Lone Oak Farm, and there are other communities as well that has mud. And look, if you're looking at homes in these areas, expect to see these mud taxes on your bill, but also talk to your real estate agent about it as well, because they can look it up to see whether or not, or they should know that whether or not you are in a mud district. Now, should you buy a home in a mud? Guys, that's completely up to you. Our job as real estate agents is to provide you with all the information so you can make informed decisions. And look, sometimes muds make sense, especially like if you love the community, if you love the amenities, if you don't mind the taxes. Mud home and mud districts, I mean, they are very, very nice homes, very, very modern, up to date, and they could be a perfect fit for you. Times that you might want to think twice is like when you're trying to save on lower property taxes, especially when you're looking at similar homes within the city limits or even outside the city limits in the county areas where you won't have a tax. But at the end of the day, it is completely up to you of where you want to live, but I am always going to provide you with the information you need to make that informed decision. At the end of the day, I mean, muds do provide essential infrastructure, but they do come at a cost with the extra property taxes. But it is important to weigh the cost versus the benefits as well. And look, guys, for those that you currently live in mud districts, what has been your experience? Please let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that's purchasing a home. And if you're wanting more real estate insights or you have any questions, please comment below. I will answer every single one of your questions. And look, if you're looking at buying in the mud community, if there's any way that I can provide you with information and help you out here in Hill Country, feel free to reach out. I would love to be a resource for you. Until next week, I'll see you in the next video.